So I hope all of you remain open and enjoy this lecture from Luigi. So Luigi, over to you.
All right. Good evening. How are y'all doing? Long time no see, huh? So today we're going to be talking about the new earth. What is new earth? What is this new earth thing? If you could imagine a new earth, how do you imagine this new earth? Fernanda, give me two things on this new earth.
Good things or bad things?
Whatever.
It's gonna be more peaceful and
Peaceful how?
people just gonna understand each other better.
Yes? Okay. Understand each other? Jessica, you think so?
I really hope.
That's
From what we're going through, yeah.
that's what you see it
I do.
on the new earth? Jiga, how do you see this new earth?
Beside what they said, I would say more connection,
Mm-hmm.
nature, and positive.
Okay.
Less violence.
What type of violence?
Physical violence.
Physical violence? What about mental violence?
I think that comes after.
Yes? Okay.
I think simple, something simple.
Something simple. You see a new earth, a simple earth. Can you be a little bit more specific? Less craziness with the spending money and power and stuff like that?
Yeah,
That's what you mean?
Less internet, less screens, more love, more family,
Okay.
more friends. I think like that.
Teresa, what do you think the new earth is going to be?
So I imagine it where it's kind of like how Earth is now. However, everybody is in on purpose. Like everybody has a specific purpose in everything. Like their life is more fulfilled because they're right where they're supposed to be, and it feels amazing. I can't explain it, but that's I guess kind of unconditional love and all that.
You see the new earth like this? Do you think, are we closer to that or we middle, far?
I think I don't know.
Okay.
But I don't see why not we're closer.
But you think we're going to get there?
I don't know, but I don't know.
Do we think we're going to get in this new earth that everybody mentioned here?
I
Jose?
think depends.
Huh?
I think depends.
Depends on what?
Depends on each other. Depends what you're looking for. Depends where you wanna go. I
Okay.
think depends. I think it's all on everyone's mind.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
I would say eventually,
Mm-hmm. Eventually?
we will.
Okay. Yes?
I also think we're already here, and so then it's just a matter of waiting for it too.
We already here on the new earth.
Yeah.
Okay. What about that?
Well, besides everything that's said, I would say no judgment.
Okay. You see our earth without people without judgment.
Yeah.
All righty. Jane? Yeah?
I just like more in touch with nature, more in touch with ourselves, more.
That's what you see the new earth come in is going to be like this?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think if we don't put in the work, we won't see any of this.
Well, I agree with that as well. But
Right.
Like with all that we want.
Okay. But what she mentioned was good. We're already here, right? This word, this earth, this planet is new. It's wonderful. And, create this here for us is a wonderful world. And why is not wonderful right now? Right? And we have television, we see what's happening in the world, the division, people divide in different ideas, and every ideas they are divided is all related to the material, with the physical. And they are never, not even the religions of the world, are together on the spiritual belief, because everybody thinks it's the best religion and the other religion is wrong, and so on and so forth, right? If we don't put the work, like you said, of course, and we're not going to get there, what she said. But the world is wonderful. But why is not wonderful right now? Why, when I say that the war in Israel against Palestine, Russia, and Ukraine, Sudan, there's this horrible war in Africa that it's destroying the continent, war and drugs in Brazil with the cartels, Mexico, everywhere. We see corruption everywhere. We are responsible for everything that is happening in our world. Do you agree with this? We are responsible for the wars that is happening right now. Who here feel responsible for that? Really deep. Do you feel responsible for the war in Israel? The war in Sudan, the war in Russia, the wars in cartels, drugs, and this and this and that.
Yeah.
But why we feel responsible?
Religion.
You think it's religion?
As above, so below. We don't have peace inside. How can there be peace outside?
Right. So it's our responsibility, because wars is based in corruption. Right? Wars is based in three things, right? Power, money, and fame. So we see the people that pursue these always end up with a conflict, because this is the opposite that it unites us. Right? The world is like this because we are corrupted. And we spread our corruption through the world. And if we don't click on it, change won't happen. For change to happen, I see millions and millions and millions of people going to polls, following politics, following this, following gurus, following coaches, help this, help that, because they are looking for someone to fix. There will never going to be a political leader that's going to fix any situation in the world. It never exists and never will exist. Never. That's done deal. Why do I say that? The master reason is that all the masters that reincarnated in this planet, none of them were what?
Politicians?
Politicians. Because politics is not a tool to change. It's not a tool for unite. It's not a tool for helping. So they don't use that. What did they use is themselves. The change that they do in themselves. And this new earth that we are going through right now, this big movement out there, and you can feel it. You can feel it. The ups and downs of our home. We can feel it. And we are going through a lots of ups and downs. And we're going to stay on the up at the moment we understand that everything that is happening out there is our responsibility. I know everybody answered, yes, I know this, but nobody feel it. Nobody really believe that what we see out there in our world is our responsibility. And that's the reason why everybody's separate today. We have a separation in our planet today between two things. The things that I do what I can do, right? I cannot save the world. or those who are trying to save the world, but they're not changing themselves. So it's impossible for something to happen. We want a new earth. We want a new future. We want a place where everybody's equal, right? Do we want everybody equal? We want everybody to be respected. We want unconditional love. This is the most wonderful thing. It's conditional loving. And that we are incapable of feeling this on a field, on a place full of opportunity for you to exercise unconditional love. But we don't. We don't. We are too distracted with other things. And that's fine. Because like the good spirit says, like the good master says, it's okay, time doesn't exist. You have time. We need to respect your pace. We need to respect how you walk. We need to respect your choices. It is wonderful, and that's what they do. They are waiting for us to be awakened. And it's fine that we are sleeping for them. Okay? But it is fine with you that you are sleeping, and you know that we are sleeping. Like you said, Kara, right? You know that you need to do it, but you pull into the comfortable zone. And why this happened to us? Why? Always the comfortable zone for us is stronger than the most beautiful things in the universe, that they love one another, respect one another, help, contribute, unconditional love, no judgment. Why these wonderful things do not call our attention? Did you ever ask that question?
Being secure. This is to be on the place you are secure. If you change, it's gonna be a new thing, so we don't know about what happens. So like, let me save myself, stay here, so I know what's gonna happen if I change. What's gonna happen? I think like comfortable places.
That's a good answer, because people want to be secure. People don't want to get out of the comfortable zone, right? They are satisfied with everything around them. And we are. The world today, our society, is the reflect of what? Of our inner selves. We are the one who are reflecting like the projector this world today. And because of that, we are afraid of moving from a place that is not so good, it's ugly, to a place that is wonderful. It's something that we need to study and observe. Why do you don't want to love somebody? Why? When you look at somebody and you say, listen, I don't like that person, or I don't like that country, I don't like that culture, or I don't like what the person said. Why do you have this feeling? Why you have the feeling inside of you on a process that far away from you, places that you've never been before. When you hear, I don't think I want to go there, I don't connect, I don't think it's a good culture in this. Because we already have inside of us the security spot right? Here. Here I'm safe. Here I'm okay. Okay? And I don't want to get out of here. I don't want to stick my neck out to see if it's something else out there. Fear. But before fear comes something else bigger than fear. Okay? That is generating this fear. It's separation. Because you think, you lie to yourself every day that you are different from others. That's the reason we don't make this movement towards these wonderful things. Because for me to go into this wonderful place, I'm going to have to love him. But I don't like how he talks, how he walks, or what he eats, or what he thinks. So how can I be in this wonderful place with him over there? Or her? One person the other day asked me, she said, I hope nobody hears. My friend is trying to have a baby, and she's a very rich lady, and she did all the treatment in the world, and she cannot get pregnant. And she came to me and said, Luide, why she can't get pregnant? It's because she did something to the kids in a past life, and this, and this, and this, and this, and that. And I said, listen, it could be, because it's not a general rule. It could be a lot of things. But in my experience, I told her, is that the person don't want to have a kid. And then she said, what do you mean, Luide? She tried this, she spent money, this. I said, listen, people don't know themselves. People follow a path of society. They do things they don't want to do it. They do things because society wanted them to do it. And I told her, listen, tell your friend to go to a meditation. Start meditating. And I started asking herself, and she's going to find the answer. And right deep inside, that's what it is. And it's okay, you need to tell her. Because there is no universal law telling you that you need to have a kid. She wants to live a life of her own without the responsibility of taking care of a small kid, and it's fine. It's wonderful. But for society, if I come here and say, listen, I don't want to have kids. You ever see in the parties when a couple say, no, we don't want to have kids. Everybody look at him, oh, selfish, whatever, right? Weird. It is. Because what we are taught when we're born? You're going to grow, you're going to marry, and you're going to have kids, and you're going to have a family. What if I don't want to get married? What if I don't want to have family? What if I don't want to have kids? So people don't know themselves. Okay? And why? I was watching a documentary on cults, and I seen the Japanese guy, the Indian guy, the Brazilian guy, the American guy, those people that create these cults and have these followers, right? And the guy is saying, listen, they are being grooming, right? Groomed. That's what the guy said. I heard that and I say, I don't know, adults, it could be. But it could be also that the talk that guy is telling those followers is exactly what they want to connect it to. They have inside of them that vibration. Okay? That's the reason why when you're going to lynch somebody, you call people, oh, let's go over there and kill that guy. Some of them are going to say no, but most of them are going to say yes, 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 because they're connected into that action. They're not being groomed. They already have this inside of them. And nothing in the world is going to show them different unless they go inside and they do not an evolution, but an involution. And then they're going to see themselves. But the problem that people don't want to do this because it's hurtful. It hurts. Find out who you are. I'm telling you. It hurts. Deep in the soul when you start uncovering your shadows. But this is a process that needs to be done. Otherwise, we're never going to be a new earth. Always going to be the same earth. We are incapable of admitting that we do wrong. The smaller things, it is the first step in the process of progress in spirituality, is to understand that most of your choices are selfish. Most of your choices is against the choices of the vibration of love and compassion and companion. But we are not aware of that. Because we are unaware of ourselves. We are unaware of ourselves. We don't know. I was talking to my niece yesterday on the phone. She's in Brazil. And she's saying uncle, but I could never hurt somebody. And I say, yeah, okay. What if somebody walks in your house and tries to hit Nicholas, her son? I'll kill him. There you go. You see, we need to watch what is coming out of our mouth, turn it down a little bit, and start scanning and observing what's going on inside here. Okay? The new earth that everybody, this new movement that we see right now, this new thing, everybody's thinking that something really nice is happening, is going to happen, is that they think something is going to come out of nowhere, is going to save us because we're going into a bad path. But it's not. It's not. The good thing that is happening right now is that more people are getting out of religion, okay, and is starting to really connect themselves to the small things around, like animals, like nature, like people. This is happening more and more and more. That's the big thing that is happening right now. People are getting more aware of their duty as humans. Who here knows what charity is? Raise your hand. What is charity? Explain to me what is charity.
It's good works for the benefit of others without seeking payment or any type of retribution.
Okay. Another example, please. Anybody else? What is charity? Everybody agree with him?
Yeah.
Yes?
Love and action.
Huh?
Helping those in need
Helping those in need?
without expectation of anything.
Okay. Is this charity or your duty?
Shy. If it's with joy,
It's your duty. Charity is something above that. Charity, it's to take from a place you don't have it and still making, right? Charity, it's understanding that you need to know yourself so you can do your duty to help others. Because to help others, it's not compassion, it's not love, okay? It's just our duty. That's simple. That's simple. Who here drives on a 95 and sees somebody with a flat tire under the rain and stops? You see, anywhere. You see, it's those things that, see, charity is related to your own sacrifice to help others, right? To go into the next step. Doing these things that we do here at the center, helping the people here, helping feed here, this and this, listening to others, counseling this and that. This is our duty as human beings. Because when you think that you're doing charity for somebody, you put yourself on a step that you don't belong to. Okay? And for the misunderstanding of charity, people, the word charity and this beautiful action that we call charity, it went to a different way, completely different, the volunteer work. Right? There's this passage on the gospel when there's two ladies putting money, right? And one of them was very rich and put a lot of money into the bowl. The other one was very poor and put just a single penny into the bowl. And then Jesus go ask the guy next to him and say, listen, who would help more? The lady that put a whole bunch of money in a bowl, or the lady that, and the guy said, of course, the rich lady, it's gonna, with that amount of money, we're gonna be able to help a lot of people. So Jesus going into that same path and say, listen, she's taking from what she does not have to give. That's charity. That's sacrifice. Charity is related to sacrifice. Right? It's related to overcoming any obstacle. You don't stop. It doesn't matter what it shows up. That's charity, right? But charity, you give a bread when you have 10 breads. That's plenty of your duty. What we do in the center here, we're doing our duty as human beings. To help one another. Because I'm in a condition now to help her. Maybe tomorrow she's going to be in a condition to help me. And that's how the cycle goes. I'm doing my duty now, right? And maybe tomorrow she'll do hers. And that's the vibration for us to build this new planet, this new vibration, this new place that we wanted to go. That's the understanding that we need to do. That's the understanding that nothing material in life is more important than a single life. Period. None of your beliefs related to the physical world is more important to the well-being of a single life. That's the thought that we need to have. That's how we need to walk this path. Nothing is more important than him to me, or her, or the guy on the other side of the planet. It's not money, it's not home, it's not family, it's not my job, it's not my economic situation. It's none of it. That's the path we need to take. That's the work we need to put it in. To this new conscious to grow. To open up. So as soon as we started doing it, we're going to be able to pull, just like a wave, the others that is still not there yet. They're going to start doing it because look what that guy doing. That's wonderful. And they will connect just because of the act. And that's how love is way stronger than negativity. One person that loves is way stronger than 100 that hates. That's the reason why Peter said, listen, your love is going to cover all the things that you ever think you did wrong in the past. A single act of love. It does not matter what you did in the past, on your past reincarnation, on your past 20, 50 lives back then. But as soon as you get into that path of love, it does not matter anymore. Because back then it doesn't exist. What exists is right now. Simple right now. Don't we all want it, a great planet? Don't we all want a loving place? A place that we need to walk on the street and look at another and feel love? And look at the dress of that person. Oh my goodness, look how wonderful that guy is dressing. Isn't that what we want? Or we want separation. Or you want to cultivate what you are, your beliefs, your culture, as a Brazilian, as a Mexican, as an American, as a Chinese, as a Japanese, as a Mongolian, whatever it is. That's what you think is important. Do you cultivate what is not forever? Or you want to cultivate what is forever? And that's the reason we keep coming back here. Because we know what we need to do. We know that we need to do this. But we don't. We don't move forward into that. Right? If the planet today, do you think, who can you name in this planet today that you think is a really good person? Just thinking about your head. You don't have to say it. Right? And now, if you multiply that person by 1 billion or billions, imagine how our world will be today. It will change. It won't take years to change or cycles to change. It will change from one day to another. And that's how it is. That's how vibration works. If we had 1 billion Martin Luther King in this world, do we have racism on this planet? I don't think so. But look, he was one. And he was able to overcome millions by himself. Okay? Millions by himself. And others did the same thing. Now imagine if we are many. This planet will change like this. On the next day, you're going to wake up into a new world. So why we wait? Why don't we just start doing right now with a group of people that is around us? On your job, with your friends, on your church, right? On your judgments related to things that you don't understand, like we always talking about things we don't understand, right? So, start working right now with you. So this corruption that we contaminate the world, you start getting filtered by us. And not by a law that some politician is going to put in place, or some pope or some pastor or some president of a center, right? It's not. It won't. The solution, it's never, 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 never on the exterior. Never. It's always in here. It's always within. We have the control, right? When I was asking you guys here about the new world, everybody said wonderful things. But I didn't ask one thing. What about God? What about God? Is he not going to play on this new world? Huh? Go ahead.
Aren't we our own God?
Do you really believe in that?
In our class, yeah. So it's like here, yes.
See?
It's
So-
easier to believe it while we're here.
It is, right? It is to believe it when you're inside the center, right? But as soon as you get out right there, you become the lion again.
Not even out the door here.
Not even out the door, right? It is. It is. There's machines here, vibrational machines to turn down the lion inside of us. So we are able to at least have few minutes of our life connected to something superior. Because as soon as it goes outside, my friend, it's free fall. And there is free will. Right? And there is free will. And then you need to look at your free will. Are you really using your free will?
No.
No. You're not using your free will. You're using the will of all. Because your path is the same as others. Because we do not have the courage to go against it. Because we don't want to be weird. We don't want to be different. Because we see what happened with different people out there. Right? And they're going to keep coming more and more different. They're going to keep coming until we accept it. That's what we call the process of normalization. That's what the dictators does. They take a bad thing and they hammer over and over and over until become normal. And that's the same technique that we do with ourselves. It's not God sending the different people. It's not the good spirits sending the good people, the different people. It's us pulling in what we need to drop this old personality. And they keep coming, they're going to keep coming until it's normal. And after they become normal, we start loving. When? When they come inside of our families, as our daughters, our sons. And then there is no way. Then there is no way. My brother, I have my younger brother, he used to say to me, Luide, God is not good. God is evil. And I say, Luide, why you say that? And he makes sense. Luide, observe. If you don't like something, if you judge something, that's something always going to be around you. And you get to a point that it's going to be inside your family to make you accept, to make you understand that it's no different between yellow and red. They are only colors. And that's how we learn. To the process of normalization. But we don't want that. We want to the process of what? Divinization. We want to access our divine and put out there just like a flower does. When it opens, it smells the perfume for everybody to feel. And it's good. It's wonderful. And that's what we want to do. We want to let this essence out of you because it's there. I know. You don't have to believe me. Go find out. Because it's there. So we don't need this process of normalization. We just need to open our doors of our hearts and understand the one thing and one thing only. Okay? The path, it's one. There's only one thing that exists in this universe, and is what?
Love.
That's it. There is no other path. So when you're going to do something with your life, you have your scale. You put love here, and then you put your choices here. Let's see how you're going to choose. Because if you choose this here, it's because something's really wrong here. And then you need a lot of meditation to understand why you're choosing this instead of love. Why you choose something that is opposite of love. You're going to teach your kid that? Or don't choose love, son. Choose this. Who here is going to teach his own kid not to love? Raise your hand. So why, when you're going to make your choices, you do that? Isn't it something? It's something to be studied. And you need to do this study. You need to understand why you're doing this. You need to understand why you're making those choices. You need to understand why you'd rather be sitting down instead of doing it for yourself. Right? Is it not here? Why here? What are we here for? Not here to get together and understand and make your lives easier, to make connections, right? To help when I don't understand something, I ask him and he helps me, and he doesn't understand something, I help him. But all this understanding, the ground needs to be love. If it's not, we're going to continue in a situation, a path that we are right now. And so when you open your computer or your newspaper and you see all those terrible things happen, do not complain. Do not mention to others. You see what happened there? You should be ashamed, right? Because when you do something that you don't want nobody to say, you don't tell anybody, right? You keep your secret. So don't tell anybody the bad things that happen in the world when you open your computer. Don't blame politicians. Don't blame this. Don't blame that. Blame yourself. So keep it quiet. Don't tell anybody. You just don't think it's your responsibility. It's not your fault, but it is. It is our fault. So we ask not to be shameful. Hide. Do not spread negativity, bad news, and this and this and that. Let's sprinkle with love and hope. And maybe somebody that is next to us see us doing something that is really meaningful, and will do the same. Any questions? No? You sure? So when the new word is coming?
We change.
Rosa is good. Very good. When we what? When we see ourselves as what? One, right? When we see ourselves as family. Because you don't want to harm your family, do you? So, When you walk out of your house one day, Edgar, and say, listen, the whole world is my family. When you walk your dog or whatever, and you look around and say, listen, everybody's me. They are my brothers, they are my sisters, they are my mother, they are my father, they are my kids. Start making this movement. Okay? I was in a class one day and this guy was vegetarian. And then we were talking, right? And he was defending. He was really hard on it. Remember that day, Rafael? And it's great. He was defending what he was thinking it was right. And I was a die-hard meat guy, let me tell you. So I got a little uncomfortable. I did. And I went and I said, listen, why am I a die-hard meat guy? I went to meditate in that, and I looked and I looked, and I found out the reason. Ooh, it's very personal. I did find out the reason. The reason why I was so crazy about meat, it was because I come from a big family, Brazil, very poor family. So meat is almost never. Isn't that simple? So it became my what? My trophy. But I wasn't an automatic. When I found out, boom, I dropped it. That's exactly what we need to do. Simple as that. I stopped eating meat, 5 months ago? And absolutely wonderful. And the people don't believe me when I say I stopped eating meat, because people that know me, right, Renato? Yeah. Renato knows me for decades on it. And he knows I was die-hard. But it is. You just need to go within, and we'll find the answers. Thank you very much, guys. Yes.
Thank you, Luigi, for the good talk.
Are you going to give me that? No, I'm going to put it in on the slides. And after, go ahead. We have the Christmas party coming in, and I want everybody here. Huh?
You know what? I'm proud that I made you uncomfortable.
What?
I'm proud that I made you uncomfortable.
Thank you.
So thank you for the talk, Luigi. I think it was good for us to hear the answers to the questions that we already knew, because every question that was asked, we had the answer, right? So this is a beautiful reminder of how much wisdom that we have inside. So we've got just a few announcements we want to share with you before we start our past treatment. And I hear that we're having a Christmas party, so I'm excited to hear about this. I'm the one that needs to advance this, right? Christmas dinner. So the 7th of December. So I guess that's the 11th is a Tuesday, 10th is a Tuesday. So that's Saturday, the December 7th, right? Saturday, 7 p.m. $25 donation, and that covers, of course, like the food and all the supplies. As those of you who come here regularly know, almost all of our activities are free, but there are some things that the expenses are so high that we ask for a donation. And this is a time for us to come together in a community and enjoy a temporary refuge from